Hello everyone. In this video, we'll be learning about a data structure called dictionaries. Here, we'll learn about how to create a dictionary, how to add values into the dictionary, how to access values, and how to modify values in the dictionary. We'll also learn about the speciality of this data structure and some special function that is associated with this data structure. Dictionaries is a collection of key value pairs where every key is a unique identifier. The real dictionaries that we use in our day-to-day life is a great example for this data structure. So what do we do in a real dictionary? We usually find the word's position in the dictionary easily, and it is the same with this data structure. Dictionaries uses an optimized function with which it can easily find the location of the key and the value associated with it. And in the real dictionaries, we will be having a word that acts as a key, and the meaning of the word is the value that will be associated with it. So with the key, that is the word, we get the meaning, that is the value. It is quite different from list and tuples because in case of list and tuples, we access the elements with index which was automatically allocated. But here you can think keys as the index of every value, and these keys are modifiable, which means you can change the values of keys with which you will be accessing the values. Now let's create a dictionary. I'll be naming the dictionary as A, and curly brackets are used to create a dictionary. First, we'll insert the key value followed by a semicolon and the value. If you want to add another key value pair, we have to use a comma. Let's add another value. So here you can see that the values in the dictionaries can be of any data type. It can be of string or a number or even a list. Now let's print the dictionary. As I said earlier, if you want to access the value, we have to use the key that has been associated with it. Now, if you want to access the value David, we want to use the key name. So, as we used in the list, we'll be using square brackets and use the dictionary key in it. Yes, with the key that has been associated with the value, we received the value from it. These keys must be unique. This is because if I add another value with the same key, let me show you. Now I have added another value with the same key. Now let's try to access the value of name. It can give only one value. It cannot give the other values that has been associated with the key. And also there is one more thing about the keys, which are these keys must be immutable in nature, which means you can use a string as a key, you can use a number as a key, you can use a tuple as a key, but you cannot use a list as a key. Let's inverse this key value pair and check it out. Now I have inversed the key value pair and let's try to access the key 21 with which we can get the value age. Now here we can see that the value of the key language is a list, and now we can try to inverse it and try to use the list as a key. Here I am using the list as a key and let me print it out. You can see here that it is giving a type error which says unhashable type list. What unhashable means is that every keys in the dictionary is hashed, which is a function, and hash function gives a unique value with which you can check if a particular key is present in the dictionary or not. Let me reverse it again. Now we have a dictionary, and now if you want to check whether a particular key is present or not, you can use the in function. Let me show it out. I'll check if language lang is present in the dictionary or not. It returns a output true, which means the key is present in the dictionary. Now we have created a dictionary and we have accessed the values in the dictionary. Now let's add values to the dictionary. There are two ways to add values to the dictionary. One way is to use values when initializing it, as here. This is one way to add values in the dictionary. Another way is to use the square brackets and create a new key. Let me create a key called location and create a value India. Now we'll print the key. We'll print the dictionary. Here we can see that the location has been added to the dictionary. If you want to change a value of a key in the dictionary, you just have to use the key again and use the new value that should replace the old value. Now if I want to change the age to 25, I'll use the age key and use equate it to the new value. Now let's print it out. Here we can see that the age key's value has been modified. Let's try to access a key which is not present in this dictionary. I'll be using the key 5 which is not at all present in this dictionary. We get an output, error, and the error is key error and the key is 5. So while using this dictionary and when we try to access a key that is not in the dictionary, we get an error. So if we use this dictionary in a complex app and if we get an error there, the system might crash. So we should not get an error when we try to access a unknown key. What can we do about it? So there is a function .get with which you can try to access a value for a particular key, and if the value is not present in it, it will return an output none. So with this you can avoid getting an error. There is also a method in the get function with which you can specify the value that should output when an invalid key is tried to access. So we'll give the output as -1 and this -1 will be the output of keys that are not present in the dictionary at all. Here we get -1. Now let's also try to access a different key that is not present in the dictionary. We get the same -1. We'll access a key that is present in this dictionary. Here we get the value that has been associated with this key. So we learned about how to create a dictionary, how to access elements in a dictionary, how to add values to the dictionary, how to change values in the dictionary. Now let's try to learn how to delete values in a dictionary. I'll print the dictionary once again. And now let's delete the age key and the value associated with it. So what we do is we use the del function and we pass the key which we want to delete. Sorry, I forgot to print it. Now you can see that previously the age key and the value associated with it is there, but when after deleting it is removed from the dictionary. Now what if you want to access all the keys in a dictionary? Well, there is a function with which you can do it. The function is called dot keys, and while if we print it out we get keys, we get all the keys that is in the dictionary. If you want to make a list with the keys, you can pass it into a list function and we get an output of list of keys present in the dictionary. Same way we can access all the values in the dictionary with the values function. Here we can see that we have accessed all the values in the dictionary. Now if you want to access all the key value pairs in the dictionary, there is a function which is called items. Now let's use it and check it out. Here we can see that every key value pair is being present as a tuple in a list. Let me pass it into a list function for better understanding. Here we can see that every key value pairs are present in this list and these key value pairs are in as a tuple data structure. With this, we come to the end of this video. In this video, we learnt about how to create a dictionary, how to delete, access, modify values in the dictionary. We also learnt about some specialized functions like dot keys, dot values, dot items with which you can access all the values in the dictionary. See you again in the next video. Thank you.